today's health and wellness segment, sponsored by Building Blocks Therapy Services, many of us recall what it was like having our child say mommy or daddy for the very first time.
But if there are delays in these milestones or other speech concerns at any level of their life, Building Block Therapy Services LLC is there to help.
I'm Courtney Josel, and I'm a speech-language pathologist at Building Blocks Therapy Services. So Building Blocks is a speech and language therapy clinic, and here we really focus on getting down to the why and really focusing our interventions to that child. We are the experts in communication. So communication can be as simple as nonverbal with gestures, all the way up to having conversations and understanding those social skills. Another aspect that some others don't realize is that we actually work with swallowing and eating. And that also is a social component as well as a motoric component with it. And so here at Building Blocks, when we are working with children or adults, based on where they are, with a kid, we're very play-based. That's how kids learn. And so we want to meet the children where they're at and make this fun for them and be excited to come and see us every single time and play off their interests. If they love bugs, we might be making bugs with our food, and having them crawl across the table, going on scavenger hunts. We just really want to make it fun for the individual. At Building Blocks, I work with as young as infants, 2 months, all the way up to adults who are, they're at a different area of their life. Sometimes we're just working on some specifics with possibly they have some facial pain and we're able to kind of work through that based on how they're using their muscles. Other to people who've had, traumatic brain injuries and strokes. So one of the big questions I get from families when they call is it too early to have a child evaluated for a communication disorder? And so we always say it never hurts to see. So a lot of times we hear that people say, oh, just wait and see. And we always say it's best to just see. A lot of it is play. And so we are able to pull a lot of information from that and whether help the mother or father or the guardian understand where their child is at and if intervention is needed or not. Some of the red flags that parents might see in the home when it comes to communication with the younger ones, are they babbling when they're toddlers? Are they learning new words on a regular basis and trying to repeat what you're saying? If they're not doing that, we might want to have a look in understanding why could that not be happening. If they're having difficulty with academics, sometimes there is an underlying language disorder and they're having difficulty with understanding the meanings of words and such. So when we're looking at the child as a whole, we really want to look at all their systems and to make sure that we're not missing anything that could be impacting our interventions or be supporting our interventions. And so we're not using blinders just looking at their speech sounds. We might be looking at how is their structure, how is their function within the mouth that could be impacting that, and do we need to get others involved to really help us be a team to help this child. The research out there says that around 7 to 8% of 3 to 17-year-olds have some form of a communication disorder, and only about 55% actually receive interventions. So as children grow, and if a communication disorder doesn't have direct interventions, there could be implications with academics going through schools. There could be social impacts. There's some research out there about mental health impacts as well. So it can impact somebody at any different point in their life. You might not see it just right away. It might be further down in the lifespan. Here at Building Blocks, we just really encourage families that if you feel like you would just like to know where your child stands, if you have concerns, it does not hurt to contact us or to contact a speech therapist just to see where they're at. We have many techniques and avenues to be able to provide families with as much information as possible to help their child be successful. So when a family member comes in here at Building Blocks and they have some apprehension or some fear, concerns, one of the things that we like to do here is that knowledge is power. We like to provide them with as many resources and empower them in helping their child along this journey. It's not just the child's journey, it's a family's journey, and we want to be there and be the cheerleaders for that family.
And Building Blocks Therapy Services is located at 2922 Fuller Avenue Northeast in Grand Rapids. You can learn more by visiting them online at buildingblocksgr.com or by calling 616-570-0925. We'll be right back.